Step into the mic with the old school flavor. Dropping heavy bars, doing you a favor. Got the rhythm in my soul, can't nothing hold me down. King of the city, yeah, I'm wearing the crown. Just like that.
Hello, people. Hello. Bear with me a second. 1 second for the people in the chat. Give me a 1 second. Right, how's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing in this? Oh, actually, way better. Way better. Oh my god. Talking about heat wave wise, like heat wise, today is so much better, it's ridiculous. It is so much better, it's ridiculous. When few anyways, for the past few days when we had this horrible heat, I couldn't sleep. I was barely going to work. I couldn't do anything whatsoever. I was barely doing anything. It's absolutely horrible. But today is so much better, and I hope it stays like this. I do not want to see any more heat like we've seen for the past few days. I really do not want to see any more heat like we've seen for the past few days. No more, please. Before we start, people, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get into 250 before the end of the year, and I've been gone for what, a week now? 6 days, maybe a week. Anyone in the chat, please? I might actually put in the chat. Where can I get some decent? Okay, where can I get some? Can I? Hold on, Circus. Where can I get a good light for my streams? Because I can't lie to you, people. I really cannot lie to you. What happened to me for the past sound very low. Is it? What about now? How can it be low? Is it better now? Oh no. Let's try. Anyways, for the past since I've been off streaming, I don't know what happened to me. My last stream I've done, um, I gone home. So I didn't go home. The next day, I went to sleep. I woke up the next day. My eyes was I was in so much pain. I couldn't even open my eyes. I couldn't even see the computer. I was having problems looking at my phone and everything. Wow, it was absolutely horrible. Now, I'm assuming that was because of my light. I've got a ring light that I use when I go on the streams. Uh, when I turn it on fully because if I don't turn it on fully, it's dark. Now, if it's dark right now, if you see me dark, my apologies because I'm using the sun. I'm not using the lightning. I'm not using anything. I'm just using God's lightning that was given to us. That's what I'm using now. I'm not using anything else. And I refuse to use anything else right now up until I get my eyes sorted. Or I get a better light that won't mess up my eyes because, boy, I do not want to go through that ever again. Horrible, 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 horrible. Never ever again. Ooh, so if anyone knows where can I get a good light, well, a good lighting for my streams, please let me know. Please, no, on a serious note, please let me know because I can't be using my ring lights anymore. So if I'm gonna stream from now on, I'm gonna be streaming from the sun until I get a new light. Okay. Oh, as usual, people, please get this video to 10 likes and all that stuff, all the good stuff. Anyways, okay. Now for the week that I was gone, a lot of stuff happened in football, especially. But guess what? None of it got to do with Liverpool. I don't know if I said anything about that kid. I think I did. I definitely did. That kid we got from Spain. Other than that, we've got nothing else so far. But there's this thing came out a few days ago about Vini Jr. Potentially leaving Real Madrid. So the Madrid zone guy, I do like this guy is one of the best when it comes to Real Madrid. So I want to see he's a trustworthy source. So he said this about Vinny Jr. Big up Godfather, brother. How you doing? Another heat wave next weekend. I'll go up to Scotland or something like that, bro. I genuinely cannot deal with this heat anymore. I can't. I actually can't anymore. But here's the thing about Vinny. As you can see, my fan over here. Genuinely, I've been using this fan every day. Day in and day out. So a good thing is I can charge it because I've been charging it about 3 times a day, so I can actually use it. Anyways, wait, hold on. Was it this guy or someone else that said it? No, yeah, it was Madrid zone. My apologies. So they said, Real Madrid believe there is a real possibility that Vinny Jr. leaves the club this summer. They believe that there is a club that could make a move for him at any moment, and they believe Vinny Jr. has too much appreciation for Real Madrid to leave for a free in 2027, so he would accept a transfer this summer. Now, as usual, you say that I've got a bad right eye. My apologies, Tasha. Like I never knew how bad eyes can be. Well, I don't have a bad eye, but it was just painful. I couldn't open my phone. I couldn't literally look at anything that's bright. Horrible it was. I don't know how bad it was, and now I actually do. Okay, Vinny potentially leaving Real Madrid, so it's not guaranteed. He's not leaving. Potentially he might be going after. He might be going or leaving Real Madrid, should I say? because there's no reason why. They didn't say a reason why he won't. He potentially could be leaving Real Madrid. All they said was Real Madrid. Vini has too much appreciation for Real Madrid to be leaving on a free. You hearing that, you rat? You hearing that? The other rats. Should I even call him a rat actually? Because he's not from Liverpool. You know what? You hearing that, you rat? And you hearing that, Kanate? I'm talking to you both. You hearing that? Cool. Vini Jr. has got too much appreciation for Real Madrid to be leaving on a free. So if he doesn't want to re-sign or get an extension on his contract, there's a high probability he'll be leaving. Now, will anything happen before the end of the World Cup? Definitely not. There is nothing will be happening during the World Cup, at least while Brazil is still there. If Brazil leaves, he takes a week or two off or whatever. I don't know who they play next in round of 32, sorry. Whatever the situation is. While Brazil in the World Cup, nothing will happen with Vini. If this story is true, which I do believe is, because this Madrid zone is very, very, very reliable when it comes to Real Madrid. Very reliable. So I do believe he actually potentially might be leaving Real Madrid, or he stays for one more season, which is not very, very, very there's not high probability of that happening, put it this way. I don't see Vini leaving Real Madrid on a free. Talking to you, you rat, by the way. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, like I said, while Brazil is at the World Cup, nothing will happen. But we'll see. Now, that's not the reason I'm talking about here, that Vini or leaving Real Madrid and what's going on. What's that got to do with Liverpool? No. Well, none of the players I'm going to be talking about today has anything got to do with Liverpool, by the way. Nothing. Because there's nothing that's related to Liverpool whatsoever. Liverpool talking to a player, Liverpool doing this, doing that to any player, there's nothing. So I've got about 4 or 5 players on my thumbnail, and none of them got to do with Liverpool. But would you take Vini Jr. to Liverpool? For the people in the chat, would you actually take Vini Jr. to Liverpool? Let's say Cody Gakpo and the rumors that him actually going to Tottenham come to fruition, and he actually goes to Tottenham, whatever the amount Liverpool accepts from Tottenham for Gakpo. Would you take Vini Jr. to Liverpool? Me personally, I'll be honest, no. Mo, what are you doing? That's Vini Jr. That's one of the best left wingers in the world. That's probably one of the best players in the world. He deserved the Ballon d'Or. Rodri robbed him, blah, 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 all that stuff. Vini Jr., it is not the caliber of mentality, put it this way. I'm not going to say player, because we're going to be talking about him as a player. In fact, I'm going to talk about him as a player first, then we're going to be talking about his mentality. As a player, there's no two that can deny that he's one of the best players in the world. Yes or no? Vini Jr. is one of the best players in the world. Full stop. Full stop. Would I take, if he told me, yeah, Vini Jr. does not have a mentality whatsoever. He doesn't have a mentality. All he knows is play football, and that is it. His life outside of the pitch is the exact same thing. All he knows is play football like a robot. If you tell me Vini Jr. is a robot, all he does is play football, I'll take him with my eyes closed. But if you tell me take Vini Jr. with the mentality he's got and the footballing ability he's got, I would rather not. I would actually rather not. In fact, I don't think I've said this on YouTube, I believe. Now, you think I might have an agenda against the guy? I actually don't. I genuinely don't. I said this. He's one of the best players in the world right now. There's no two people cannot deny it. Two people cannot argue about this. Two people can't say he's not a good player. He's one of the best players in the world. Full stop, like I said. But this right here for Vini is what will eventually make him a... put it this way, his mentality is exactly what made him not win that Ballon d'Or. Exactly why he did not win that Ballon d'Or a few years ago when Rodri got it. When Rodri got that Ballon d'Or a few years ago, sorry, did any of you think Vini got robbed? Because I didn't. I can guarantee you I didn't. I said Vini did not get he did not get robbed whatsoever. Tasha saying hi to Cop. I would rather have snow or cold. Same, Tasha, absolutely same. Yes, he has to watch on tonight at 9 p.m. Big up Clive, brother. Big up, big time for you, Clive, my brother. Okay. Like we said, will I take Vini right now at Liverpool? No. That mentality in that kid, well, it's not. We're kind of the same age, anyways. I wouldn't take him. I absolutely would not take him, and I'll tell you why. I've said it. His mentality, his victim mentality, the whole world that is against me, his I'm the best and no one can touch me mentality. I just want to play football mentality. That is exactly why we do not want his mentality in our football club. And I'll be honest, I don't know the guy personally, so I'm not gonna say I don't like him personally. I just don't like him in a football pitch. Simple. I really don't. Every time I see Vini play football, I actually get irritated. I really do get irritated, bro. I am when he plays football, scores the goals and celebrates and dances, I've got no problem with that whatsoever. I'll be honest, no problem with it. But when he starts antagonizing the players, antagonizing the fans, and just doing the most when it comes to the opposite players and the fans, and when that gets done to him in that same game, he goes and cries. He does all that stuff. He goes on a press conference after saying, "I just want to play football," so he cries like a little baby. Now you might think I've got an agenda against the guy and I don't like him. Yes, I do. I actually don't like him. I just don't like him as a footballing player mentality, not as a footballer. Like I said, footballer, he's one of the best. But mentality, I'm not having it, bro. My apologies. We cannot have him as the guy in our dressing room. Simple. His ego will cover the whole earth about 20,000 times. Maybe more. Definitely more. That's why Real Madrid will never work out while him and Mbappe in the same team. It will never work out. I promise you. Him, Vini, and Mbappe in the same team will never ever work out. Guardiola could not make it out. Klopp could not make it out. Could not make it work out, sorry. Mourinho, 1000% will not make it work it out. If Vini is there, he's not going to make it work out. Simple. Absolutely simple. Right, we are done with this Vini Jr. guy. I really hope Liverpool got nowhere near him. I'll be honest. Please do not go anywhere near that guy. Please do not. Okay. Who do we have next? Mr. Granit Xhaka, people. Mr. Granit Xhaka. Now, any Chelsea... Well, I don't have any Chelsea fans in the chat, of course. But yesterday, while I was in work, I was shocked in my phone when I seen that Mr. Granit Xhaka is potentially could be Chelsea's next midfield target. And this was said by 𝗧𝗶𝗸 𝗧𝗶 himself when he said, breaking, Granit Xhaka can be Chelsea's surprise signing in the midfield. The midfielder wants to rejoin 𝗧𝗶𝗸 𝗧𝗏, and he expressed desire to return to London, accepting any contract condition just to join Chelsea FC, reunite with 𝗧𝗶𝗸 𝗧𝗏, and go back to London. Deal on. Imagine the wrath. Imagine the wrath if 𝗧𝗶𝗸 𝗧𝗏 actually was our manager. Imagine we didn't have Iriola and we ended up with 𝗧𝗶𝗸 𝗧𝗏. Imagine the wrath if Liverpool were talking to Granit Xhaka and Granit Xhaka potentially could be in our midfield in Liverpool. Imagine the wrath. Now, it's completely different, him going to Liverpool and him going to Chelsea. Completely day and night. He will not be working out at Liverpool. He will 1000% will be working at Chelsea. Because tell me right now, who's Chelsea's midfield, bro? Who is Chelsea's midfield? Enzo Fernandez is leaving. That's almost guaranteed. They do not have a good midfield, bro. They actually don't. So, even though Granit Xhaka is very, very old in football in terms, of course, he's like in the mid-30s, I believe. They do need a player of his caliber, of his experience in that midfield, especially when it comes to Chelsea, because as you know, Chelsea has got a lot of young players in there. Young players. Very, very young players, like early in their career as well, most of them. So when you get a player like 𝗧𝗏𝗸 𝗧𝗏, a manager like 𝗧𝗏𝗸 𝗧𝗏, and players like Granit Xhaka, who's done it with 𝗧𝗏𝗸 𝗧𝗏 in Germany, who was an important player with Arsenal, an important player with Sunderland, who will actually be one of the best Chelsea players in a coming season. Simple. He would really, really flourish. I'm not going to say flourish because he's like I said, in football in terms, he's old. But the whole midfield that Chelsea got, in fact, let me have a look quickly. Let me see who's Chelsea's thingy. Chelsea's midfield. Midfield. You know what? Just give me the squad. Yeah, okay. 26-27 squad. What? Squad. What is it? Actually, it might not turn up, actually. One sec. I'll put it in 26-27, but it might not turn up. So I'm going to put it 25-26. Should be turning up then. Yeah, okay. Okay, there we go. Have a look at this. This is Chelsea's squad. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go to the midfield. Where is it? Okay, so they've got Caicedo, Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, Isugo, which I do believe is at Sporting now, Enzo Fernandez, which he will be leaving, Andrea Santos, Cole Palmer, and you can put Reece James in that midfield as well. because he plays as a midfield sometimes. So potentially you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 midfielders. With actually you can say 4 because this guy here, Romeo Lavia, plays about 2 minutes max for the whole season. So you can say 4. And out of them 4, only Caicedo and Cole Palmer, you can actually say good midfielders. Only 2 out of the 5 or 4, only 2. So when you add Granit Xhaka to that, really good midfield, people. Really, really, really good. I'm not gonna say really good midfield. Let me rephrase that one more time. Enhanced midfield. Improved midfield, put it this way. Improved. Now, if you ask me, Arsenal midfield. Granit Xhaka, Cole Palmer, Caicedo, and I say Palmer, Caicedo, Xhaka. 3. I do believe Arsenal is better. City definitely better. In divided. Definitely better. Us definitely better. Tottenham. Who's Tottenham's midfield? They've got Paulinho. They've got Papa Massa. They've got who they've got in the midfield? I can only think of these 2, to be fair. I can't think of any more. Anyways, but they are better than Tottenham's. I was going to be talking about Tottenham in a bit as well. But like I said, Granit Xhaka will be a good player for Chelsea. Now, earlier this morning has been more news about Granit Xhaka and Chelsea. It says here the agreement between Chelsea and Granit Xhaka on personal terms is guaranteed. Xhaka is driving the move personally as he wants Chelsea FC, wants to reunite with Xabi Alonso and wants to live in London. Deal depends on the clubs. Pretty much. He wants to go back to Chelsea. He wants to go back to London, put it this way, not Chelsea. If Arsenal call him back, he probably will go back to Arsenal. If Tottenham calls, he probably will go back to Tottenham. Not back to Tottenham. Probably any like Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, whatever works out for him, he will go. He could go back to Arsenal, he could go to Chelsea, he can go to Tottenham. The thing is, he just wants to live in London. So we'll see how it goes anyways. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let me. Who else am I talking about? Vini we talked about. Xhaka we talked about. Okay. This people. This. Where is it? Come on. What was the price? When was it? 25th of June. So it's gonna be a bloody lot. Come on. One sec, people. One sec. Have you heard about what's his name? Actually, you know what? Let me say this first, then I'll get to the other 2 players. Okay, I'll put this first. Actually, Shocker. 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 Okay, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I'll be talking about him first, and then we'll go to the other players that we need to be talking about. Okay. Maxime Lacroix. Or the guy that's called B-Tech or a C-Tech, William Saliba. Absolute B-Tech, C-Tech, sorry, F-Tech, Z-Tech or whatever. He is close to going to Chelsea. Maxime Lacroix, which I did want in our squad. So he's an actually player that I do actually like, Maxime. Or Maxin, however you say his name. He is in talks with Chelsea to join them now. Again, why is Liverpool not doing anything about this? Why are you letting quality players like Maxine or Maxin, Lacroix or Lacroix, however you say his name, letting him just go to Chelsea like that? Why? If you actually go and speak to him and you tell him pick between Liverpool and Chelsea, guess who's he gonna go pick? Now, this London business talk, I'm not having it. Just because Chelsea is in London and he's already living in London playing for Crystal Palace. No. I'm not having it, bro. This living in London BS, unless you actually love the city, or you've got some kind of connection to the city, Fez. But if you don't, then that's some BS, bro. You telling me you just cannot go up north a little bit, like 2-3 hours, or about 3-4 hours drive, or about 2 hours or 2.5 hours on a train. You just can't go up north a little bit and actually live in Liverpool, or in and around Liverpool, actually. I'm not, bro. I'm not having. It's just the club is not moving whatsoever. They just refuse to move. They refuse to move, bro. Refuse. So if Chelsea actually do get Lacroix, which seems like the only club actually in talks with him now, I haven't heard any other clubs in talks with him, but it looks like it's only Chelsea. I understand why Chelsea are actually gone for him, because they do need the players. They do. Let's all be honest here, people. They definitely do need the players. But what's going on here? One sec. I know I do already have it. The hell. But like I said, oh no. Liverpool not doing anything it's just not good. It doesn't look good. It will never look good. And really, 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 really do not understand. But of course, when more news comes out that him is going to, or at least closer and closer going to Chelsea or any other team, we'll be talking about it even more. Now, the one I was actually wanting to talk about was this. Ellie Anderson. Well, first of all, we had the Here We Go 25th of Thingy, which was on a Thursday, last Thursday. We got Ellie Anderson, Here We Go, to Manchester City. Deal in place between clubs for a fee worth of £116 million. Manchester City FC sources confirm agreement now deal after talks at final stages, as reported last week. And Anderson asked Forest today to go and leave the club medical in the US, like we did with Victor Munoz. Did the medical in the US and everything. Cool. Now, this is what I need to talk about here. More on Ellie Anderson deal final fee. Manchester City side believe price will be £116 million with no add-ons included. Elliot will undergo his medical in the US this weekend. Deal is set to be signed. £116 million on a 22-year-old or 22 or 23-year-old Ellie Anderson. £116 million. Where are we going? Where are we going with football? Why? Just why? Yeah. The FIFA or anything that can control the cap of players that can get bought for prices. Why is no one actually putting a cap on this? Because if Elliot Anderson is worth £116 million, what would I don't know, let's say Lamine Yamal will be worth? If Elliot Anderson is £116 million, what will Lamine Yamal will be worth? What will Vini Jr. worth? What Mbappe? What Haaland will be worth? Elliot Anderson for £116 million is an absolute joke. He's had a good season or two with Forest, and all of a sudden, City calls Forest and say, "We want that Elliot Anderson kid that you've got." Forest say, 116, you can get him. City say, okay, we can give you 116. What? 116 million on Elliot Anderson is an absolute joke. Joke, and more of a joke. Wallahi, if the rumors about Curtis Jones leaving, like Tasha said to where is it? Tasha said it somewhere here. I'm not exactly sure where. If Curtis Jones, if there's a rumor of him actually going to Arsenal, or the rumors that is there's a lot more rumors of him actually going to Inter Milan, or Inter Milan actually after him, or I've heard a rumor about Aston Villa. If Elliot Anderson is worth 116 million, Liverpool, let me chat to you. Let me talk to you, Liverpool. If Elliot Anderson is worth 116 million, yeah, Elliot Anderson 116 million, and you sell, let's say Curtis Jones leaves, and you sell Curtis Jones for less than 100 million, less than 100. Curtis Jones, less than 100 million, there will be massive underestimating the kid. Underestimating the kid big time. You can't tell me Elliot Anderson is worth 116 million and Curtis Jones is worth, what, 30, maybe 40 million? No way. No way. No way. No way. Not happening. Absolutely not happening. You cannot tell me Elliot Anderson is 160 million and Curtis Jones 30 or 40 million. Are you telling me Elliot Anderson is a better player than Curtis Jones? Come on. Come on, Liverpool. Seriously, stop. If I see less than 3 digits, less than 3 digits if we sell Curtis Jones, put it this way, if we sell Curtis Jones, that if came out like Jose Mourinho, if they play, what was it? See if they play. No, what did he say? See how they play, where they play, if they play. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, regardless, if we do actually sell Curtis Jones and it's less than 3 digits, then we should all be writing. All of us. Not just Liverpool fans, by the way. I'm not just talking about Liverpool fans. Every fan around the world. Go after them Liverpool boards, bro, please. Because you can't tell me Ellie Anderson 116 million and Curtis Jones about maybe 3-4 times less than that. Can't be having that. Not having it. Right. Few more players and we will be out. My eyes started to hurt again. I'll be talking about that. Bouaddi, maybe one more, and I am done after that. Where is it? I need to come prepared next time for this, man. I'm just not for some reason. Right. Everyone that wanted this kid at Liverpool, guess what? It ain't happening, bro. This is just not happening anymore, is it? Are you Bouaddi or Bouaddi? Genuinely do not know how you say his name, but I know his name is Ayub. I can tell you that. Man City are very interested in Ayub. Well, that name. Reports by Matteo Moretto. I don't know who that is, but there's Fabrizio spoke about it as well, so I will be talking about him. The Mancunians. Okay. The Mancunians have already been in contact with Lille about the Moroccan World Cup revelation. Okay, 18-year-old Bouaddi has already attracted interest from some Europe's top clubs and could now become Man City's next midfield addition. And the Fabrizio tweet from City Extra: Man City idea at present is for Ayub Bouaddi is to sign a midfielder now, allow him to stay at Lille for one more season and join Man City in summer 2027. Now, what they're thinking of doing is exactly what we did with what's his name? Mamadashvili. So we signed him the season we won the league, but he stayed with Valencia, I believe, in that season. He stayed with Valencia. And he came to us this season just finished. They want to do the same with Ayub. I watched Morocco in the World Cup. Other than that Brazil game, they played against Scotland and they played against Cape Verde. It's nothing special. Absolutely nothing special whatsoever with the kid. Nothing special. Now, like I said, like Spin said, sorry, he's 18-year-old, so there is room. There's room. There's room. 1000%. There's room for him to improve and be better. Be a lot better. Of course, he's 18-year-old, bro. He can be flipping 𝗧𝗶𝗸 at his prime. He can. But at the moment, he is not the player we need. He's not the player we need whatsoever. In that midfield, in that number 6 role, we need a proper number 6. A proper number 6. And that proper midfielder is a player. What I do want, actually, I'll be honest, the player I do want is a player from. I live in Manchester. Yeah. You know what? Let's play this for the people in the chat. It says I've got 2 people, 3 people. Anyways, anyone that's in the chat. I live in Manchester. Yeah. So you know when I say up north or south or whatever. Okay. I live in Manchester. The player I want lives up norther than Manchester, of course. There's a derby. Well, there's a team that there's a derby between them, and that derby is called the YNWA derby. He's Brazilian. He plays a defensive midfielder for that specific team, and that team is called Newcastle. And that player is actually rumored to be going to Arsenal, or Arsenal actually put the bid for him to get him. Why is Bruno G going to Arsenal and not to Liverpool? Why? Why is Bruno G going, or Arsenal actually after Bruno G, and they are not, and Liverpool are not after him? Why, bro? I am sick and tired. I am absolutely sick and effing tired. Let me talk about Bouaddi first. Bouaddi is not the player we want. If City wants to go for him, they can go for him. They want to keep him at Lille for one more season, and then after that season, he could come to City. Potentially, Rodri will stay with City for one more season, and after his contract is finished, he will be going on a free to Real Madrid, like that rat did, like that Canate did, and like Rodri will do at the end of next season. Put Bouaddi to the side. We are done with Bouaddi now. Bruno G. Let me talk about it for the next few minutes before I get out of here. Bruno G, bro. Bruno G. Why is Arsenal actually going for him when they actually kind of don't need him? Their midfield is good enough. Now they can add a midfielder who can come off the bench, but who's coming off the bench from Arsenal? Bruno G ain't coming off of the bench. He said he will have to start. He wants to start game in and game out. If he's fit, he's actually going to start. Of course, he's not going to be on the bench. So I don't understand why Liverpool are not going for him. Now he's at the age where it's very like I think he's almost 30, I believe, 30 or 29, whatever. But he's the player we actually need in that number 6. Or at least one of the players we need in that number 6. I'm actually sick and tired of seeing teams like Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Who else are making moves, bro? Like a lot of teams around the world are actually making moves, and Liverpool just sitting down, not doing anything, waiting for Newcastle to be looking at a player, and not just Liverpool go and steal that player off Newcastle. Could be a player, could be a manager, could be anyone. We've done it with 𝗧𝗶𝗸. We took Isak off them. We've stole Areola from them because they was actually looking at Areola, and we stole Victor Munoz from them. They were looking at Victor Munoz. It was about maybe this this close of seeing a here we go Victor Munoz to Newcastle, sorry. And all of a sudden, at 11:30 on the night or 12 a.m. whatever day it was, we've seen a here we go Victor Munoz hijack to Liverpool. Hijacking Newcastle for him. Liverpool will not do anything, will not look at any player unless Newcastle are actually looking at it. I think that's the thing from now on with Liverpool, which makes no sense to me. Selling the sneaker with Liverpool, I don't like it. I never liked it. Selling the sneaky now, I'm talking about right now. You can do selling the sneaky when there's no international football. Now, I do not know if there's no international football whatsoever after the season ends for the past 2 or 3 years. It's always been something. If it's not the World Cup, Copa America. If it's not the Copa America, it's the Asian Cup. If it's not the Asian Cup, it's the Euros. If it's not the Euros, it's the Club World Cup. If it's not the Club World Cup, it's the what's that thingy called? The Nations Cup, or whatever it's called. Selling the sneaker is good when it's done in the right time. And right now, selling the sneaker, I'm not having it, bro. I need my players. We need the players. Bruno G would be fitting. I was about to say effing. Bruno G would be fitting Liverpool to the T. To the T. Imagine. Just imagine. McAllister back at his prime. Szoboszlai stays or keeps his form he had last season, and Bruno G in that midfield. Imagine them three in midfield, bro. Imagine with Iriola's system. Absolute joke. We're not going for him. Anyways, that'll be it for me today, people. Because like I said, my ass is starting to hurt a lot more now. I have had 2 more subscribers, so thank you to everyone that subscribed for me today. There are about 4 more likes left. 4 more likes left for us to reach the target. So please get this video to 10 likes. I will see you tomorrow. If maybe not tomorrow, Tuesday, because I'll be working tomorrow. If something major happens tomorrow, of course I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I will definitely see you on Tuesday, because I need to come back to going live every day now, because the algorithm might have messed it up big time for me. That was off for like a whole week, so I need to go back live again. And I will see you tomorrow if there's something major. If not, I will see you Tuesday. Take care and peace out, people. Love.